right, folks, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I have a gift request from KP, Mr. Kyle Perkins in Beaver, Utah. So, Kyle, I hope you're doing well out there, my friend. I was just drinking from the Utah mug that you had sent me a while back. I drink from that one almost every morning because I love the picture. It's just a cool mug. So, thank you for that. Again, and Bill Anderson's The Country I Grew Up On. It's a gift request from Kyle. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I just finished the Bill Anderson's 50th anniversary special, and that gave you guys a lot of ideas on stuff. But so this may have come from that. I mean, the inspiration for it. The Country I Grew Up With. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, Bobby, Jimmy, Vince, Willie. Oh, Willie, so this is different.
The grass was green and the corn grew high.
You could sit and watch the tractors go by.
Neighbors would wave and tell you hi.
He was sitting in front of the co-op drinking a bottled Coke, reminiscing and cracking a few jokes. He got my attention with some words that he spoke when he said,
hard-working people live round here, ain't got much they're willing to share. Sunday school, church, and the county fair, that's the country I grew up with.
after her show, Loretta Lynn signed my souvenir book, and she smiled for every picture I took.
I saw Porter Wagner in his rhinestone suit and little Jimmy Dickens in his hat and cowboy boots.
The more the old man talked, the more he drifted back. And he said, I remember when Bobby Bear walked in down at the chicken shack.
I walked in down at the chicken shack, ate a little supper, talked to the folks and signed some autographs. That's the country I grew up with.
I know. It's gotta be a people person.
See that old flag waving in the air. All my life she's been flying up there. Now she's tattered and torn, don't nobody care.
What happened to the country I grew up with?
There's not enough love and there's too much hate.
Not enough love and there's too much hate.
Too much anger on everyone's
Too much
plate.
anger on everyone's plate.
Are we gonna let this be our fate?
We gonna let this be our fate.
I wish we could get back to the country that I grew up with.
Every generation wishes that.
I sure do miss the country I grew up with.
Yeah, we humans we're an interesting species in the sense that we seem to create things that lead to our own unhappiness. I think we have creature comforts. There's no question about that. Like due to cooperation among one another, we're able to build houses and put in heating and air conditioning and refrigerators and things that do make life easier. Does it make it better? I don't know. That's a very large philosophical question. I wouldn't mind tackling it, but that's not the subject. Yes, I don't have enough time here to do that. But we also invent things like nuclear bombs and automobiles. And automobiles, most of us say, oh, this is great. I get to go from point A to point B. But that in a sense desocializes us because we're not around the people in our immediate area the way it was prior to the automobile, or the way it's depicted in here, where you go to Sunday church, the people are there, and it's small town community. They don't have much, but they give. And there's a sense of community there. There's less of a sense of community now in your own neighborhood, partly because of the automobile. And then the internet came along. And that keeps us further away from one another and voicing our opinions that much more aggressively. And people don't think metacognitively or just with an overview of, all right, we have this internet. I see myself getting angrier or more opinionated or invested more. Maybe I should really take a look at this tool, the internet, various social media, that's keeping me invested in my own opinion or my political party's opinion or whatever. And now when somebody opposes me, I'm going to be a little bit more assertive. And then you find yourself upset a lot. Or you can see from the outside, if you're not part of it, you can see others. Like in this song, you could see others. That image of the fire. The image of the fire burning there was sort of, a metaphor for what's happening with ourselves. This anger is burning. And, it doesn't need to be that way. If you take a look at it and you say, gosh, I don't want to go down that road. It's kind of like a smash-up derby. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be part of a smash-up derby. That's what the political climate has become in ways. But then when you look in everyday life, you go out to the store and all, people all get along. Nobody's out there looking to fight. Well, I can't say nobody, but I mean, it doesn't happen. I mean, but online. So anyway, I think that's partly what they're alluding to. Just that convivial, friendly, Loretta Lynn signed all the autographs and this kind of thing. And that's just a very sweet, personal touch, person to person. And it's beautiful. Kyle, I'm not going to rate this song. It's I love the artistry in it. I love who was part of it. It was a very simple song. I think it might have been one of these songs that they recorded when they were all together. I'm probably not during Bill's 50th. I think this came much later, but they could record their individual voice tracks in their own homes even and just email them to the producer who put the dropped it in over. I don't know if that's how it went. They don't all need to be in the studio for a song like this. Instrumentation was simple, repetitive, but nice and appropriate for the song. You certainly could feel it and think about it. So KP in Beaver, Utah, thank you for this song. I'm glad that they did it. It wasn't mean. It didn't point fingers. It's just like, can we get back? And the answer is no. Once the genie's out of the bottle, it's out of the bottle. And, social media is going to do what it does. That's how it rolls. That's how there's a lot more I could say about the political landscape and the psychological landscape that has engendered and fostered. But if people focus more on being kind and considerate to others, they'd remove themselves from certain behaviors that are not kind or considerate. They're just forceful. All right, guys, that was beautiful. It really was. I mean, it's sort of, in a sense, I thought it was going to be about country music, but it's about the United States of America, getting back maybe to being kind. So let's hope people take that advice and try. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. KP, tip of my New Jersey hat to you and keep rocking the country.
After her show, Loretta Lynn signed my souvenir book, and she smiled for every picture I took.
I saw Porter Wagner in his rhinestone suit and little Jimmy Dickens in his hat and cowboy boots.